The year is 2025. Donald Trump sets his sights on Greenland. This icy expanse, a self-governing territory of Denmark, has become the subject of Trump's latest ambitions. He speaks openly of its vast resources and strategic location. He even jokes about renaming it Trumpland. The world laughs nervously, unsure if this is a joke or a genuine threat. Trump's interest in Greenland, however, is no laughing matter. Greenland, the world's largest island, is more than just a vast expanse of ice and snow. Beneath its frozen surface lies a treasure trove of natural resources. Oil, gas, uranium, and rare earth minerals, the lifeblood of modern technology, are all found in abundance. This mineral wealth, combined with its strategic location, has made Greenland an object of desire for nations seeking to expand their influence. The Arctic, once a remote and inaccessible region, is rapidly becoming a new frontier. Climate change, while posing significant environmental challenges, has also opened up new shipping routes and made resource extraction more feasible. This has intensified competition for control of the Arctic and its resources. Greenland, situated at the heart of the Arctic, is uniquely positioned to capitalize on these changes. Its vast coastline, dotted with deep-water ports, offers strategic access to the Arctic Ocean. The melting of sea ice is opening up new shipping lanes, potentially transforming Greenland into a hub for global trade. Moreover, Greenland hosts the Pituffik Space Base, a critical installation for U.S. missile defense and space surveillance. This base, formerly known as Thule Air Base, provides the United States with early warning capabilities against ballistic missile attacks. Its location in the Arctic Circle makes it an ideal vantage point for tracking missiles launched from Russia or other potential adversaries. The United States has a long history of interest in Greenland, dating back to the 19th century. In 1867, Secretary of State William Seward, the architect of the Alaska Purchase, explored the possibility of acquiring Greenland from Denmark. However, these efforts were ultimately unsuccessful. During World War II, Greenland's strategic importance became even more apparent. With Denmark occupied by Nazi Germany, the United States assumed responsibility for Greenland's defense. American troops were stationed on the island and air bases were constructed to protect vital shipping lanes in the North Atlantic. In 1946, following the war, the United States made a formal offer to purchase Greenland from Denmark for $100 million. This offer, though presented as a strategic necessity, was met with resistance from Denmark, which viewed Greenland as an integral part of its kingdom. Despite the rejection, the United States maintained a strong military presence in Greenland throughout the Cold War. The construction of Thule Air Base in 1951 solidified America's strategic foothold in the Arctic. The base, capable of accommodating thousands of personnel and equipped with advanced radar systems, became a key component of America's early warning system against Soviet missile attacks. Denmark, caught in the crosshairs of Trump's ambitions, faces a delicate balancing act. On the one hand, Denmark values its close relationship with the United States, a key NATO ally and trading partner. On the other hand, Denmark is committed to upholding Greenland's autonomy and respecting the will of its people. Trump's pronouncements have put Denmark in a difficult position. Refusing to entertain any discussion of selling Greenland could jeopardize relations with the United States. However, acceding to Trump's demands would be deeply unpopular in Denmark and could trigger a constitutional crisis. Denmark has responded to Trump's overtures with a mixture of firmness and diplomacy. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has repeatedly stated that Greenland is not for sale. She has emphasized that Greenland's future is a matter for the Greenlandic people to decide, not something to be negotiated between Denmark and the United States. At the same time, Denmark has sought to reassure the United States of its commitment to maintaining close ties and cooperating on matters of mutual interest, including Arctic security. Denmark has also increased its diplomatic efforts to rally international support for its position on Greenland, emphasizing the importance of respecting international law and the sovereignty of nations. Thousands of miles south of Greenland, another strategic prize has caught Trump's eye: the Panama Canal. This man-made marvel connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans stands as a testament to human ingenuity and a vital artery of global trade. For Trump, however, the canal represents something else, a symbol of American decline and a potential vulnerability that he is determined to exploit. The Panama Canal handles over 14,000 ships annually, carrying billions of dollars worth of cargo. From oil and gas to manufactured goods and agricultural products, the canal facilitates the flow of goods that keeps the global economy humming. For the United States, the canal is particularly important, serving as a vital link for trade with Asia and Latin America. Trump views the canal through the lens of his America First ideology. He sees the fact that the canal is no longer under direct U.S. control as a strategic liability. He rails against what he perceives as Chinese influence over the canal, citing China's investments in Panama and its participation in the Belt and Road Initiative. His rhetoric is laced with suspicion and distrust. He accuses Panama of being too cozy with China, suggesting that they are allowing China to gain a foothold in America's backyard. He hints at nefarious motives, suggesting that China is seeking to undermine American interests by controlling this vital waterway. The Panama Canal, once a symbol of American engineering prowess, has become entangled in the growing rivalry between the United States and China. As China's economic and military might has grown, so too has its presence in regions traditionally considered within the U.S. sphere of influence. China's investments in Panama, particularly in port facilities and logistics infrastructure, have raised alarm bells in Washington. Trump views these investments as part of a broader Chinese strategy to challenge American dominance in the Western Hemisphere. He sees China's Belt and Road Initiative, a global infrastructure development program, as a Trojan horse for expanding Chinese influence at America's expense. Panama, for its part, welcomes Chinese investment as a way to boost its economy and enhance its position as a global logistics hub. Nevertheless, Trump's rhetoric has heightened tensions and created a climate of mistrust. His accusations fuel a narrative of Chinese aggression, playing into fears of a rising China seeking to displace the United States as the world's leading power. This narrative, while appealing to some segments of the American public, risks becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy, leading to a spiral of confrontation that benefits neither country. Panama, a small and charting their own course in a multipolar world. The United States, once seen as a beacon of democracy and a guarantor of international stability, would be viewed as a rogue state, its commitments untrustworthy, its motives suspect. The United States, under Trump's leadership, seems intent on pursuing a unilateralist course, prioritizing its own interests above all else. This approach, however, is unsustainable and ultimately self-defeating. The challenges facing the world today, climate change, pandemics, terrorism, cyber warfare, cannot be solved by any one nation acting alone. They require global cooperation based on shared values and mutual respect. The United States, with its vast resources and global influence, has a critical role to play in shaping a more peaceful and prosperous future. The world is watching, waiting, hoping that the United States will rise to the challenge.